Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is my hope and prayer that this video is actually going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I'm fine. Kisumu is also fantastic today. Raila Odinga is on high alert because William Samoei Arap Ruto is scheming for Luo Nyanza. Yesterday, the president met with Luo leaders who are working with the government. In this video, I want us to look at the objective of that particular meeting at State House, because the meeting, in my view, is significant politically speaking. Before we do that, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is now. Let us get back to the main issue. First of all, let us begin by looking at the list of notable people or leaders who were at State House yesterday. Number one, there was Evans Odhiambo. Evans Odhiambo is a former governor for Nairobi, contested in Homa Bay. So what do you think was his interest in State House? The fact is that Evans Kidero is looking for a job. He wants to be a chief administrative secretary in William Ruto's government. He applied, he was shortlisted, he attended an interview. William Ruto hopes that Kidero can actually help him with the Homa Bay politics. The question is, can he deliver? The second person who was at this meeting is Okoth Obado, the former governor for Migori. Okoth Obado supported Ruto in the last election, but he failed to deliver. But Okoth Obado is someone who can really mobilize for Ruto. As much as the people will not go with him, but for that disruption, he can do it. I also tend to think that Obado is also looking for a soft landing. The third person who was at this meeting is Nicholas Gumbo, the former Raila member of parliament. Gumbo contested for Siaya gubernatorial seat in the last election and again previously, which means he has contested twice. And during those two occasions, he contested as an independent candidate. Gumbo is thorough, but I'm not sure whether he will have a bit of impact. The only disadvantage he has is that he might not get serious government position in Kenya Kwanza, because he comes from almost the same location with Eliud Owalo, so which complicates things for him. The fourth person who was at this meeting is Charles Owino. In my view, of all these people, Charles Owino, in my view, is a thorough guy, a serious guy who can deliver for William Ruto. Why do I say so? Charles Owino has been in the police force. In fact, during a by-election in Ugenya, sometimes back, when David Ochieng defeated ODM, I always believed that that was possible because of Owino. During the last election, Owino contested for Siaya gubernatorial election. As a matter of fact, Uhuru Kenyatta really wanted Owino in the police force so that he could be assigned at the Bomas of Kenya. But that did not happen. So Raila Odinga actually lost because Owino was not there. And I've always opined on this channel that if Raila Odinga was a serious person, he would have looked for Owino, made him part of his team, because he would have added serious value. But whether he will be able to deliver, I can't tell that now. The fifth guy who was here was Rangoma, the former governor for Kisumu. I don't think Rangoma will add much to Ruto. He has already received his appointment. The other guy was Outa, the former senator for Kisumu. Again, I don't think Outa will deliver, because Outa's politics has always been around Raila Odinga, just clinging on the court of Raila Odinga. But of course, in the upcoming appointments, I expect Toota to be appointed as Chief Administrative Secretary, and I'm going to explain in my next video. Then there is also Rose Nyang'munga. Again, has always won, was former women rep for Kisumu, then nominated senator, then just left. All those she got because of Ida. I don't think she will be able to persuade anybody beyond her family, because without Ida, Nyamunga would not have been anything in Kisumu. Then there is Mwalimu Owede. Again, he's the founder of Luo Dialogue, an outfit which he has always used immediately after the elections. And I think he was the first person to start opposing Raila after the 2013 election. Then in 2017, he supported Raila. He never supported Raila Odinga actually, but after election, he came and started supporting Raila Odinga, and he was appointed to chair the Lake Basin Development Authority. After the election, he was very close with the Ida. After the election, he moved very fast to William Ruto, and he has been appointed to Lake Victoria South Water Services Board as the chair of the board there. So for me, Owede is good at making noise, and he wanted a job which he has already secured. But I don't think he can persuade anybody. But he's good in radio, he's good in making noise there. Then the other guy who was present is Ong'ou Samuel, who is a long-serving councillor in Kisumu County here. Ong'ou, in my view, is likely to add value to William Ruto. Why am I saying so? Ong'ou's politics has always been Raila. Ong'ou started as a youth winger for Raila Odinga. He was those guys who would do, when you see the way Men in Black are operating, the likes of Gaucho, the likes of Okanga, the likes of Mobimba Matakui, that's how Ong'ou used to operate. In fact, he was one of the ringleaders. People would go attack people during those early ages. Then he was elected as a councillor, MCA. I think in the last, I think it was at some point majority leader before the last election where he failed. Then after that, Ong'ou contested to become the Speaker of the County Assembly of Kisumu recently, and he almost won because he was defeated by one vote. And the truth of the matter is that he was allied to Ojienda. So it's going to add value if you ask me. The rest, joyriders. But what were the objectives of this particular meeting? What were the objectives? Because that's the most important thing. Before we do that again, please don't forget to drop your comment. Don't forget to subscribe. And also, for those who support the channel, you can always do so the way you normally do. Now, let us get to the main issue. Why do you think these guys met? Because the timing is significant. Number one, I think it's about the appointment which William Ruto is about to make. William Ruto is expected in Kisii on next week. And it is expected that before heading to Kisii, William Ruto shall have appointed chief administrative secretaries and maybe some ambassadors. The truth of the matter is that in Nyanza, he has appointed a cabinet secretary, Owalo, and he has appointed two permanent secretaries. William Ruto is expected to make either two appointments in the name of chief administrative secretary. But remember, all these people, Kidero, Gombo, Oota, Nyamunga, wants to be chief administrative secretary. But he can only make either one or two. I'm saying this because Nyanza might get maximum of 4. So if Nyanza were to get maximum of 4, it would mean Kisii would get 1, Kuria would get 1, probably Luo Nyanza would get 2. That would be good. But if they get 3, then it would even complicate things. Because Ruto will have to give Kisii 1, maybe Kuria will, because last time Kuria did not really benefit, he would give Kuria 1, and then Luo Nyanza. So this meeting probably was about informing them that not all of them will be able to get what they want. But William Ruto is keen on using the Chief Administrative Secretary's appointment for his politics. Someone was telling me that William Ruto was settling on Kidero for Homa Bay politics. Then he was also settling for Oota for Kisumu, because he believes that with Oota as a cabinet secretary, as a chief administrative secretary, will be able to deal with the politics. The truth is, William Ruto has realized that of all these people, the only person who can deal with Raila Odinga politically is Oota. So he's contemplating giving Oota and Kidero. So, but if it will be one, then either Oota or Kidero. The challenge he has is that Oota is also facing stiff challenge or opposition from the Kisumu Senator, Tom Ojianda, because Ojianda is working with Ruto. He wants to be governor. Oota, if he's going to be appointed as a chief administrative secretary, would be a good platform for him to launch his gubernatorial bid, because even in the last election, he contested. The calculation is that if Oota is appointed, then he contests. If he's appointed, then he will play up there after Wallo as the senior most politician. Then they can use Oota to rally Kano. Then Tom Ojianda as a senator will be used to rally Nyakach. And then with a bit of money, then Oota can become a governor. And that's why my friend Nyamori was the other day telling you guys that they are keen on making sure that UDA will have one governor in Nyanza. Their target is Kisumu. So it was all about those appointments. I think they were told, all of us cannot get, but the few will get. Number two, it's UDA politics. The truth of the matter is that William Ruto has made a decision on how he's going to deal with Nyanza. He's going to deal with Nyanza as UDA. So if you are not a member of UDA in Nyanza, forget. So all these people are being told now to join UDA. In fact, the issue is you must put on that yellow shirt. Last week, they were forced to put on that yellow shirt in Kiboswa. If you want appointment in William Ruto and you come from Nyanza, put on yellow shirt, UDA shirt. The only person who is yet to do that is Evans Odhiambo Kidero. And we're likely to see him doing that today, because today, again, a delegation of Luo UDA members are headed to Nairobi. I don't know what, but I'm told they are going to be unveiled there officially. The same people who started supporting Ruto previously are heading to Nairobi again to be unveiled. So probably Kidero is going to put on yellow shirt there for him to have a chance. Have you ever asked yourself why David Ucheng is missing in all this? Because he's not giving in to the idea of folding his party. So Ruto has developed a strategy of going to Nyanza. And it's a bold move, by the way, going to Nyanza as UDA. So that if you want to support Ruto, you come from Nyanza, don't support him from any other party. Join UDA. Number three, William Ruto is also meeting these guys to strategize on how to deal with Raila Odinga's protest. The truth of the matter is that after the last election, William Ruto believed that he had Raila Odinga in some corner in Nyanza. Especially when he went to Homa Bay, he was received well. He came to Kisumu, he went to Siaya. But the burial of George Magoha changed his mind. In fact, someone was telling me that William Ruto was so shocked that Raila has that kind of support still in Nyanza, because he had been assured that he was not going to have space. And the intelligence actually told him that Raila Odinga is enjoying massive support, and that's why he failed to attend that burial ceremony. So they are figuring out how are they going to deal with the issue of those Raila Odinga's protest. Because remember, there are two issues here. These guys are going to go to the street. Then how do you stop them from going to the street? You can only stop them from going to the street using the police. But how can police deal with them? Because these are going to be violent people, rowdy people. Will the police use force? If the police will use force, then some people are likely to lose their lives. And if that were to happen, what will be the implication on UDA? So all these meetings were geared towards that. In fact, William Ruto is very strategic in his approach. He knows so well that he might not get the support, but he's trying a strategy which he hopes can work for him in case Raila Odinga will not be on the ballot. So his strategy has also changed, if you ask me. He's no longer targeting elected leaders because he's realized that working with those elected leaders is not adding value. For example, when he met with those 9 MPs, it has not added value to him. The feedback he's getting is that it's even creating more rebellion against his government. That's why he met with these leaders minus the MPs. Do you think someone like Karoli would have missed this meeting? No way. So figuring out how to deal with Raila, but also his strategy for Nyanza. Number 4, Ruto is planning to visit Nyanza. And for him to visit Nyanza, he must get the right people. He must have them together. The people at State House yesterday are the key people in William Ruto's game plan. Because the other time William Ruto came to Nyanza, if you remember, he came to Nyanza with the support of the MPs. When he left, those MPs told their supporters that Ruto came, we agreed to welcome him. But now he wants to come to Nyanza as a politician, which means he expects to come to Nyanza and be received by these people. So that even if the crowd will be smaller or bigger, they will take credit themselves, not like what happened. When he came last time and he made those pronouncements, who took credit? Was it Ruto or was it the members of parliament? So William Ruto is planning to come to Nyanza. And that was part of this meeting. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.